Happy New Year from all of us at Wisdom Yard Online TV, and you're welcome to the show News Review on this platform. And as always, we're resuming back to our daily Monday to Friday review of the news that popped up this week. So you follow us through. We have diverse newspaper we're reading from, and starting with the Guardian, we have the following headlines. APC PDP denounces Obasanjo's letter endorsing Obi. Jonathan, Lawal, Douglas, others made 100 most reputable African list. Knocks as 12-year-old 12.850 billion naira constitution review investment fails. NBA raises panel over Rahim Buraimo's death. Punch newspaper has the following headlines. Obasanjo endorsement has no electoral value, APC and PDP. Lagos concerts attendees lament Burna Boy's late entry. Jonathan Adebanjo makes 100 most reputable Africans list. Obasanjo has always wanted president from the southeast, Omokuri. Consumers call for third-party insurance reversal. PVC buying oppresses voters, says INEC. Vanguard newspaper has the following headlines. Kwakwanso was being generous to me, Buhari. Consumers rejects NAICOM's directives on third-party insurance, call for reversal. 14 died, 24 inmates escapes as gunmen attack Mexican border prison. The Daily Post has the following headlines. IPTU, Obasanjo can't win, is pulling unit. Tinubu blats Peter Obi over endorsement. Be responsible. There is life after 2023 election. Can to church leaders and politicians. The Premium Post has the following headlines. PDP reacts to Obasanjo's endorsement of Peter Obi, says Atiku most acceptable candidate. Presidential election of 2003, 2007, 2011 massively rigged, Maman. Daily Trust has the following headlines. Nigeria will be in trouble if Obi is not elected president, Adebanjo. Angry fans boo Burna Boy at Lagos concert concerning his lateness. My health challenge still news, rubbish, Tinubu. Sahara Reporters has the following headlines. I used to scale fence to leave school. I was flogged a lot for avoiding school farm, Buhari. National Open University students reject school fees hike, threatening nationwide protest. Thank you very much for staying tuned with us, and we have the hot picks. I have in the studio with me Mofi, Foluwa, and Oduayo. You're welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. It's a new year and everybody is looking quite glammed up. I think I love it.
I was so busy last year.
Okay.
I forgot to get married.
Oh my.
Get married this year. Okay.
Okay, I think oh wow. Ma.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, of course. And I think it would actually be a good thing. I know viewers at home also want to see the girls on those seats getting married.
Don't worry. Very soon.
Anyway, I will just watch you guys as you go. You should go taste it. Let's see how it is.
I was just joking. You're married, okay?
It's not yet time.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with National Open University. Or what do you think? The students have decided to reject the school fees hike, and this was because norms. Before we even go into the story, looking at the situation of Nigeria right now, most students are the one catering for their school fees payment because most of them just have this enthusiasm to learn, so they want to do it at all means. But the nationwide protest is not even what the point is. They actually describe the increase in tuition fee by the management of the school as ill considered and outrageous. Based on them, it was actually from 36,000 naira to 55,000 naira. And for the postgraduates from I think exactly to 60 something thousand. That's like 300% increase on the money they are supposed to pay initially. And if you make this look like this, if it continues like this in schools like this, I think education would now be a thing that it's not for everybody. Education is supposed to be for all and sundry, but if it's becoming unbearable, then just few will have access to it.
You know, in the days of my dad, they enjoyed, not my days, they enjoyed free education.
Okay.
And that's actually made a whole lot of them what they are today.
Sure.
Because in the olden days, let me say olden days, most of their parents don't even like education because the parents don't have access to education. They don't want the children to also have access
to the
and the
education.
fact that they were just accepting the westernization and all of those things. So it's very difficult to get students into schools. So the government then brought in free education. Okay, we just want these people to get educated. You don't have to pay. At the long run, things became, you know, so bad in Nigeria, and we had to start paying for
education.
Even the government that says, don't worry, we'll feed your children in the afternoon. Pay the school fee, but we'll feed them in the afternoon. They are not even doing it as they're supposed to do it. That aside, I want to believe National Open University of Nigeria. I don't know if it's government owned or it's for an individual, whatever the case might be.
It's not private though.
Okay, whatever the case might be, I don't think, see, schools should be the less paid to achieve things. I mean, in schools we are not supposed to pay so much. We understand the fact that, of course, the structures, the facilities, all of those things has to be renovated, has to, you know, you have to bring in more structures and all. But I want to believe that the government has a substantial amount of money they give to all institutions. Even these private universities, of course, we know they are private owned. So if they're asking you to pay 10 million naira,
you sure enjoy the comfort.
You would enjoy it. Now it's a government university, you know. Good enough for us. Our federal universities, they are not paying so much.
Yes, federal university is just so
for the now students. Should we even consider the fact that these guys are not even going for NYSC?
Yeah, it's part time.
There was a time my dad was even like, somebody would just ask me that which quiz my daughter was so good. I tell them now. Pronoun.
Seriously, I don't think there should be. If there's going to be an increase, fine, there should be an increase because the economy of Nigeria is even very poor. You know, everything has got.
It will sure extend to all sectors. Yeah,
even if there's going to be an increase in their school fees, it's over 300%.
From 36,000 to 67,000.
And I like the fact that some of them were able to pour out their minds. Now me, they send myself go school. There's no mom or dad anywhere sending me to school, and these people still go to school. They would
finish from school.
They said it accommodation, registration, exam.
Also, that is the amount of money they are paying is out of they will still pay for exam. They will still pay for projects.
All those ones are not included with the increase in the payments. So those ones are different.
Actually, they also,
even if these students are not the one paying themselves, if it is their parent that these people are working before they get this thing, and nobody is telling you not to increase the school fees. Nobody is telling you not to increase the tuition. But going from 36,000 to 60,000 plus, that's huge.
That's actually for the postgraduate project.
The degrees from something to 55.
Actually, you know what problem I have with this whole thing? On the part of the students now, they are planning to go on a nationwide protest.
It's going to affect.
And we all know that in Nigeria, nothing works with protest. That's one thing. If I've not learned anything in Nigeria, I've learned that particular thing. If you like, go 10 years, keep protesting. It is whatever the government wants to do, they will do. You cannot shift them, cannot move them. So that's my one. If they can devise another means or another way to talk to the authorities to, you know, please consider us instead of the protest might actually not work.
Another thing is that I want to direct this to Odu because I want to know now at this moment that this is I'm directing it to you both, but I want you to talk first. This is it now. We're talking about education. The reason behind all of this is because of the economy, right? But why is it that education has to be something that we have to use the whole of our might to achieve? Why is it that the budget that is allocated to education is minimal? Why is it that education has to suffer for all of this problem? The senatorial seats allowance is not suffering for it. Because if we should just, we're not even talking about we're not talking about these people now, this now in particular now. We want to talk about the Nigerian educational sector in general. They just concluded an 8-month strike. That is still in Nigeria. Why is it that is the education, the health, why is it that it's those sectors that suffer from it? And the reason I'm asking this question is because this is 2023, and in less than 60 days, did I say 60 days?
Yeah, 60 is too much.
In less than, okay, 25th of next month.
In less than 50 days, 15-something days.
We'll be doing what? We'll be having a general election, choosing a president. You know, so what do you think is needed to be done in those sectors that are lagging?
All these things that happen is basically because these people that are in the place of authority, they don't have any of their family members there. Okay, like my school now, major in the school I graduated from, most of their all the buildings you see in the school is state fund. Yeah,
sure. The charity institution.
I don't see any like government clinic or state fund. Like we go to state fund and stuff like that, and I believe it's in almost all universities.
Yeah, sure.
Not my school alone. Now, and in my school, once a set comes in, paying, let's say I paid 30,000 naira for my acceptance fee. Next set that is coming, you know, is going to pay additional 10,000 naira.
That's 40,000.
So it keeps increasing every time.
Every year.
Students already shouted. There is nothing anybody can do about it. Now, the people that you are saying their salary is not affected or stuff like that, their children are not here.
Okay, I'm saying this based on
both health-wise stuff. Okay. Let's leave education alone. If they are sick, they know where else to go to. They don't necessarily have to come into this place to take care of themselves. Then next, I have headache. Next, I believe they book their appointment outside the country. But it is the masses, the poor masses, that are suffering for all these things that are happening. And I think the only thing they can actually do for us right now is to look upon us with mercy. Because the poor masses are actually suffering. Like you were saying earlier, let's leave the fact that these students are the one hustling themselves to pay. Parents are also lamenting.
Exactly.
We have children calling every day. Mom, I need this, I need that. Okay, fine. My parents sent me to school. It's not as if they sent me to go and work. The next person I will call up to is my mom. And the bill keep on choking them every now and then.
Yeah, sure.
Now they are increasing the school fee. Is somehow. Those people really need to do just
something to that. Exactly. And I just feel like these people, the process is not the necessary. It's not the next thing to do. But the only thing they can do is just to continue appealing. Yeah. I hope that their pleas is heard.
That is why they have school representatives, the SUG body.
Exactly, like sure. Thank you very much. So now let's do more of politics, because it's like we have more politics news in the headlines I read out. Nigeria will be in trouble if Obi is not elected president, Adebanjo. The leader of the Pan-Yoruba socio-political group of Afenifere, Chief Adebanjo, says Nigeria will be in trouble if any candidate other than the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, is the president. I'm sorry, before we continue, we have a call. Can we have who is on the line? Hello. Hello. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, sorry, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, please, can I speak with the manager?
Okay, thank you very much. I think that was a mistake. It's like all those Hausa people. The way they just call on to you. Okay, moving on, we have leader of the Pan-Yoruba socio-political group of Afenifere, Chief Adebanjo, says Nigeria will be in trouble if the Labour Party candidate's president, aspiring president Peter Obi. I actually wanted to go.
Candidate.
Yeah, exactly. Peter Obi, if he's not elected, according to him, let me just bring it to summary. According to him, he says that all of these people have tasted this power. We're actually fighting for one Nigeria. We are fighting for Nigeria to be united. The Southwest have been there. South has been there, the North has been there, but Southeast has not been able to taste this. So he said that Obasanjo endorsing Peter Obi right now is actually a good thing, because he's just doing the right thing. Yeah. He says that as a Yoruba man, Yoruba men don't want other people cheated. So I feel this is actually right, because if you should also look back into history, Obasanjo is a Yoruba man.
Yeah.
He ruled for 8 years. After which Yaradua picked up. Yaradua was supposed to finish his tenure, and Yaradua is not he's not a Yoruba man, he's not an Igbo man. So he's from the, let's say, he's from the north. So after him, he was unable to finish his tenure, and Jonathan continued. Then we have Fulani, your Hausa Fulani, so to say, from the north. So I think it's high time the southeast also enjoy the national cake, as they usually call it. But okay, sorry, before you start talking, I actually want to dip this in so that you know where to pick it from. He actually said it is not ethnicity.
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, he said it's not ethnicity, that it's, if it were to be ethnicity, he would have gone with Tinubu.
Yeah.
But now let's look at it this Nigeria. We are not talking about maybe south or west or east. At this moment, Nigeria is in the situation we have Nigeria in right now.
Okay.
I will vote for anybody so far the person is competent. We don't need Yoruba man, Igbo man, Emilokon.
How do we know who is competent?
That is my point. Like somebody who understands the problem, like forgetting that we have Peter Obi, we have, let's say it's just a normal people, not the people that we, you get my point?
Yeah.
I just feel we should vote for competency. Someone who can change our situation around for good.
Yeah. Now the problem is, these people, they are all the same.
Okay.
There is no saint, there is no pure person. They might actually have pure intentions here, but they are not clean.
Of course.
Now, if you are saying we should vote for just anybody that is good, that can bring us all out of here. Remember, Peter Obi was once in PDP. Although he said the way they were doing, he doesn't like it, and he feels like no, if he stays in the party, he's going to be corrupt and all of those things. That still does not make him a saint.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
And like I was going to say earlier, I like the fact that Adebanjo was Daddy Adebanjo. He was able to say it's not about ethnicity, because on the normal days, the Yoruba man is supposed to be supporting Tinubu.
A Yoruba man.
And one thing that baffles me is these people, they know themselves. Adebanjo is not 50. He's not 60 years old.
Even according to him, he actually said that he made Tinubu the governor, and he is not supporting him for presidency.
So I want to believe that he's a godfather. And aside the fact that he's just, I just want to say, I think he's trying to, use the whole southeast, it is southeast turn to cover up. He knows the deeds of these people. He knows that if these people, if either Tinubu or Atiku, because they're the leading presidential candidate right now, if they become president, he knows what to expect. He knows what we are supposed to, what we might encounter, what we might face. So instead of, and I know this is not going to end well, let me support somebody I know. He said, he was saying Peter Obi has connections in the north. People can easily call him and say, "Obi Rora, what you are doing is not good." But who got Tinubu to say, "Daddy Rora"? No,
nobody can
exactly. So he knows that Peter Obi can. It's not like Peter Obi would not have a mind of his own, but he will still have people he listens to. Yeah. People that can easily.
The only thing I can deduce from what you're trying to say right now, at least from the last paragraph, is the fact that Tinubu is a stubborn person, or do you feel like he will not listen to people?
Now
he might actually have people he listens to.
The thing is, what I feel, I'm not saying that is whom Tinubu is.
Okay.
But what I feel is, Tinubu has been in governance for a very long time. I feel he feels like he knows it. He can do it.
He knows the nitty-gritty.
I mean this work. Now it's my turn. I've made presidents, I've made governors, I've made senators. So it is my turn to become president. Let me do it. So he believes that you guys, no matter what it is, I'm going to do it well.
No matter the matter.
So you get it now. So I'm not saying Tinubu wouldn't listen to anybody, whoever calls him to say, "Daddy, Joe, I feel for you advice. Please calm down." And then even the people that will come to say, "Daddy, please calm down," they are younger. You can easily say, "I am Ekuga and sit down. What do you know? I made you the governor of your state."
Okay.
So that kind of thing. But in on the other hand, Peter Obi is, I don't know. I don't even know whom to endorse of all of these parties, all of these candidates. But then I'm just trying to reason with Adebanjo.
Okay.
For him to come out to say no, I don't want Tinubu, I don't want Atiku. Okay, if he doesn't want Tinubu, why about Atiku? Why about Showore?
His proposition, his statement on Atiku was the fact that Atiku is from the north.
No.
And the person in power right now that is leaving the office is another.
And I was going to say,
person.
Like, sorry, I want to say Yoruba proverb. Yoruba will say, Louis and Agidigbo.
Meaning?
He not said everything. It is parable. Like using knots to cover. He doesn't want any of them. This is the person he wants. And because of he knows that this person is a small man, somebody that you can easily call to order if it's going.
Do you know that there's somebody that you can, because both of you are now on the same page now. That part that you said somebody you can easily call to order, that shows that somebody that can easily be manipulated.
I said it is not that Peter Obi does not have a mind of his own.
Okay.
He's not primitive. He's not stupid. Yes.
It was one.
How are you so sure?
Now, okay, it's not like I've worked with him. It's not like I've even seen him one-on-one. But I'm trying to justify my statement. I'm not saying he's that kind of person. You know, when you easily correct somebody, or when you talk to somebody and somebody listens, does not mean they have a low self-esteem or they don't have a mind of their own. If somebody is doing something wrong and you call them to order and they listen, that is they are good people and they want good for other people.
Okay.
That's just my point. I'm not saying it can be easily manipulated or something. And I was going to say something. You know, politics in Nigeria, I don't know. I'm not the politician. I don't know how they run their things, but I feel like they should be able to rotate this thing. It shouldn't be one-sided. They should make everybody enjoy, because when Buhari was the president, the North of course enjoyed him. Okay, let's bring it from the state. A governor, if for instance Ogun State, if the governor is from Remo. You know, we have Remo, Ijebu, Yewa, and Egba. The people of Remo would enjoy the governor more than the other zones, than the other parts of the state. So I want to believe that is the way it is for the president. So we've had presidents from the north, from the south. So let's bring it down. Let the East, let them also enjoy.
So the East can boldly say Emilokon.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, they should be the ones saying Emilokon.
Hey.
No.
So both of you, none of you has answered my question.
What's the question?
If there were to be presidential candidates, and it's seeming the way it is right now, my point is, aren't you going for competency over the Emilokon?
I will go for competency over Emilokon. But how do we know?
If it were to be somebody coming from the Hausa, if the person coming from the north, so to say, is the one that is competent.
Now this debate is on the fact that we have just 3 leading. Okay. And of these 3, aside the fact that Obi is from the southeast, of these 3 leading candidates, we can still say so far Obi has been the man of the people.
The most competent.
Tinubu has worked as a governor, Atiku has worked as a vice president, Obi has also worked as a governor. So, but of the 3 of them, Obi is still the man of the people. He seems more competent than these 2.
Okay.
So that's if Showore was in the picture or Kwankwaso was in the picture, then we can say something else.
In the picture.
I mean, the leading candidate. We could actually be saying something else.
But nobody is mentioning those people you are mentioning.
No, I was just saying if they were in the picture.
No, I was talking to people.
Okay, then let us dwell too much. In the other news, Obasanjo's endorsement has no electoral value. APC and PDP. The Deputy Director of Public Affairs of the All Progressive Congress Presidential Campaign Council, Kehinde Bamigbeton, and his counterpart in the People's Democratic Party Presidential Campaign Council, Anthony, have said that the endorsement of the Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, by former President Olusegun Obasanjo has no electoral value. So them saying that it has no electoral value, I want to, let me debunk that. Should I say debunk? Okay. Let me disagree. Let me disagree to that, because like I always say on this issue when it comes to endorsement, it takes just one person to say to endorsement is like recommendation.
Yeah.
I have a brand I am a perfumer, and somebody is there, somebody meets up with you and say, oh, Mufi, I need a plug for a nice perfume. I just want to smell the occasion, that kind of thing. And I say, oh, I have somebody, go to this person.
Okay.
That is a recommendation. So you have the link to the person directly. I do not have, but I'm the one that has the resource that is to be sold out. But you gave that recommendation. That's just how endorsement is. Obasanjo is somebody that has a lot of people that they are just waiting for him to say something. People have been waiting since to just hear who this people want to endorse.
Yeah.
And he comes out to say, he actually said that part of the New Year messages. He even said Peter Obi has been his mentee. And he knows his capability. He knows what he can do. So he sure trusts that he can do well. So, to me, personally, based on my own opinion, I feel Obasanjo endorsing Peter Obi has millions of political and electoral value. Because some certain people that are supporters of Obasanjo would just follow the person that Obasanjo is following. That's my own point of view. Do you think in the same way?
Why they said Obasanjo's endorsement does not have electoral values because Obasanjo only has one term to press. But one mistake that they are making is Obasanjo has lots of people he's impacting.
Exactly.
He's impacting on rider. Now, Obasanjo that many, let's say like
let's start from his staff.
Then they are waiting that it is what our boss then. How am I going to put it? That's what we will do. Yeah. Now, our boss is coming out openly to tell us that I am supporting this person. Obviously, all his workers, should we talk about the farm?
Fine, all of them might not, but larger percentage.
Let's say 90% of them will follow him. So they're saying Obasanjo's endorsement does not have, they had better tighten up their shoelace to know where they are going to run to. Because that's lots of positive effects, not negative effects.
Okay.
I think the only thing that would make anybody say that is as a result of oppression.
Okay.
Because so far, Peter Obi had been, even if they conduct any form of online chats or everywhere, anywhere, Peter Obi is always coming first. And everybody, I'm sure everybody would have been expecting that Obasanjo would endorse Tinubu
or Atiku.
Or Atiku, being the fact that they are both, for Tinubu, they are both Yoruba. Of course, we understand each other, and when you know what Yorubas will say that we can't.
Yeah,
that kind of thing. So everybody was really expecting that Obasanjo would endorse Tinubu, and now they're disappointed. They're like, so this daddy already.
And he did not go for Atiku, of which they are in the same political party.
So, okay. like I said earlier, these people, they know what they are doing. They know what they are doing. If Obasanjo can endorse Peter Obi, and Obasanjo is telling us that you guys don't worry, Peter Obi is better than Tinubu and Atiku.
Obviously,
guy.
Open yourself.
I'm not even saying anybody should vote for Peter Obi now because Obasanjo endorsed him does not make him a good person.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying these people, they've worked together in one way or the other. They've been in power together. They know themselves, like I said earlier. So if any of them is coming out, see, if Obasanjo actually endorsed Showore, people will start seeing things differently. They will start asking questions. Why? What did Obasanjo see in Showore?
Exactly.
Then they will start seeing reasons to vote for Showore. I'm sorry, Showore, for bringing you in. My point is, for him to endorse Peter Obi, that means there is actually more to it. And you see, so this thing is no longer a thing of I don't know, I'm not aware. It's open to everybody.
Everybody knows.
To a reasonable extent, I'm going to say this: if the election is not rigged or no form of malpractice or anything, Peter Obi is likely to be the next president of Nigeria if nothing is done. So you know.
And do you know that our people sometimes they can be easily manipulated? See, our people can easily be swayed.
Do you know that?
Okay.
Obi supporters are majorly youth.
Okay.
And now youth are saying, I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. And everybody's, we are not kids. The last election, I wasn't a kid, but I did not participate. Now look at me right now. I have a knowledge of everything that is ongoing in the country. and a lot of people like that. We've grown, so everybody already know what they are doing. They know what they want. They know what they want for themselves. And this person in question is even the one leading all of them. You see the opposition parties, the APC, the PDP, the NAPP, the AAC, they are all still coming behind the Labour Party. And I'm sure when Peter Obi came out, they might feel like,
who is this one?
Not until things start changing. Imagine if Peter Obi is not on the lips of everybody, and somebody now goes to endorse him. APC and PDP will not even reckon with him. They will not even say anything.
Sure.
Okay, now imagine Buhari endorsing Showore. I'm sorry. Imagine Buhari endorsing Showore. Who would flinch? Nobody. Nobody will see him as a threat. Nobody will say, yeah, Showore. No. But Peter Obi is just everywhere. It seems like the Adebanjo.
Okay, meanwhile, okay.
Sorry. One thing, and this APC, PDP, if Obasanjo had endorsed probably Tinubu, they wouldn't have said Obasanjo's endorsement does not have.
No mind them. Would you
He endorsed an opposition party. Now they are saying it does not. Everybody will have sense last.
That's what I'm saying. Meanwhile, like I said, in the other news, we have Obasanjo as always wanted president from Southeast Omokuri. Red Omokuri, who is a former aide to the ex-president President Goodluck Jonathan, and a staunch supporter, a staunch supporter of the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, has said that that Obasanjo has always wanted Southeast president right from time. He even referred to the time of Yaradua. He actually it said according to him that Obasanjo has always wanted Peter Odili to be the vice, but Yaradua decided to pick Jonathan over him. So he feels like Obasanjo is just trying to fulfill his aims that it's been since 1967. Now, okay, he's also trying to heal the wounds from the civil war of 1967 and 1970. He said that Obasanjo is a good man, but according to him again, what he did won't affect the election. Of course, it won't affect the election, but it won't affect their winning, according to him. You get, so it's just like the same thing, all of them beating around the bush.
Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Everybody can say anything.
Whatever it is they want to say.
Say it. If Obasanjo's endorsement of Peter Obi would affect the result of the election or not, no, time will tell. Like I used to say, time will tell.
Time will sure tell. Yeah. Be responsible. There is life after 2023 election. To church leaders and politicians. I think anybody does not even need to tell anybody this. During the New Year message to the Christians and to Nigerians in general, but particularly Christians and political leaders, the current president has already said, Archbishop Daniel Oko said that everybody should make sure that they are very, very careful, and they should know that after this 2023 election, there is still life. Yeah. But the politicians that want to do this, that want to do that, should understand that after this February, once it gets to March, the whole thing is already rounding off, and we now start 2023 proper.
May.
Exactly, May. So we should all know that whatever it is we want to do, we should understand that there's still life after. This is just like a general warning to everybody, the voters, the leaders, and he also said that the church leaders, the leaders of the congregations, they should be careful of whatever it is they want to say. They should not just say anything out of because of whatever it is they are. He did not say that, but I want to add it to you. That is, they should not say anything out of what they want to eat. Out of the people that will come to their churches to say, on behalf of my family, on behalf of 2 million, I donate my family. And those people that will come to say that, and those people that will say that, okay, you see this church that you're trying to be, pastor, don't worry,
just give me the church,
I will balance it. So you should remember that after all of these things, election go. Now we go remain.
We've actually seen Shege in 2020.
Exactly.
From our politicians. I don't think we should we should not even be prepared for Shege
Nobody
Pro
should even
Max.
tell you before you understand this.
If you don't want to see Shege Pro Max or Shege Bansa, however they call it, we have to just know what we are doing.
Exactly.
Like Ayamiko said, we don't need anybody to start telling us to, vote wisely or be wise enough, know what you are doing, be reasonable, be sensible enough, be responsible. We've seen Shege already, and see, Nigeria will be good. That's the only thing I can say.
Obviously, these people will actually come. They will sugarcoat you. They will sugar talk you. They will brainwash you. But I actually adopted something this 2022 that will finish the first.
Okay.
No matter what you tell me, anything I set my mind to do, I'll do it. Like my dad used to say, he hates people that comes to him for advice after knowing what you want to do. You know what you want to do. You made up your mind already, but you walk up and Muffin follower. I was actually thinking, you already know. You wanted to hear what Muffin follower wants to say, but at the end of the day, you won't hear what you won't do.
You won't listen.
Yeah, you won't listen to the advice. So you are making her waste our energy, our everything. So everybody is wise up. Everybody wise up already. You know what you know. This is the person that is. This is who I want. So if you want Labour Party, PDP, because you're okay, Motigo. I have people that are telling me that I will go and vote. If PDP, ABC give me money, I will collect. I know who I want to vote for.
Yeah. Anyway,
so
if I see any money as
that's it.
Or somebody
you
just
won't follow me to where I want to go and put my thumbprint.
Somebody calls me to say, Finya, there's 150k that I'm not using again. I want to dash. She just votes for PDP.
I will collect.
And in my mind, I want to vote for what's that party? AMO. I want to vote for AMO. I go collect the money. I'll collect the money. Spend the money. Because if I don't collect the money, they will still give somebody else.
Yes.
And it's my right because I've suffered in Nigeria. I'll collect the money.
I will go into
I'm not working. I'm not actually working in their path. If anybody should give me money, I will directly tell it to them that you can't buy my vote. I don't need
the person is not buying my vote.
Yes, you can't, because in their mind they'll be thinking that okay, that's plus one. So if anybody should bring money to me, I will not collect it.
If anybody brings money to me, I'm not selling my vote. I'm not going to let them snap my PVC. I'm not going to. If I don't want to vote for that party, I'm not going to vote for that.
So you don't collect their money. That means you're a thief.
I'm not a thief. It's a kind gesture now. Take.
Anyway, this is just to bring to our reminder once more that we should go and collect our PVC. And I actually went to some PVC collection sites during the time of the holiday, and I saw that a lot of people have been collecting their PVC, and it is a good thing. Though it's been a lot of crowd, there've been a lot of people queue here and there, and it's not everybody that has the patience, to wait and see that to get it. Some will even go in anger, but just be patient. It's just for this time. So please make sure that you collect. I think the whole of the collection ends by end of this month. So from next month, there's no collection again. So do that before it is late. Collect your PVC before. You can see all of these things that we are facing in Nigeria. This is 2023. We need to make it a better year because it's already a better year for us. So we should just make sure that we do the right thing to make the next 4 years the best for us. And this is actually one of the things that we need to correct by voting out the bad leaders and voting in the best of leaders. The NBA raises panel over Rahim Buraimo deaths. These people were a victim, and we don't even pray for such bad occurrence to happen again in anybody's family, because it's actually the most saddening news that happened last year. It happened on December 25. And that's the day a lot of people were celebrating, marrying, rejoicing.
Even the that day.
Yes, exactly.
She had celebrated.
She had celebrated to some extent.
She was in the process of celebration.
In the middle of celebration. Yes. And that happened to her. So, and that of Buraimo too, it happened last year. So we just need all of this to stop. So the Nigerian Bar Association has constituted a 9-member HOC committee to probe mother of female lawyer Mrs. Omobolanle Rahim and Gafaru Buraimo killed by police officer in Lagos in Aja. So they actually said that we start by acknowledging that nothing we do will ever be enough to bring back our late member Mrs. Rahim. We, however, believe that our strong and unwavering pursuit for justice in the case may mean that other Nigerian will not have to lose his or her life in the illegal, unlawful, and unjust manner that Rahim's life was taken. And another thing I want to say before I allow you guys to talk is the fact that Gafaru has died before
Right.
Bolanle, but the one we heard of is Bolanle. Fine, they might actually have made it public, but it was not it didn't spread like wildfire the way Bolanle's own is. I'm not trying to justify any kind of death, but I'm just trying to say that it's because it's Bolanle.
Who Bolanle is?
Bolanle as people,
Yeah.
she's to some extent a person of caliber. That's why the justice is being pursued.
Yeah.
Gafari Buraimo has been dead before Bolanle, but nobody heard of it. Fine, a lot of people in that area might actually know that. Oh, that's true. That was how they killed.
Yeah.
But not like it was when they killed that happened. So I feel with this NBA structure trying to pursue justice because of their member would actually cease the killing, the unjust killing of people on that route and other routes in Nigeria, because I don't even see reasons somebody would say it's a mistake.
Yeah, the questions
Because according to I think Muiwa Adejobi, yes, he actually said it, that there's nothing like mistake when it comes to shooting, because there are process to it. You have to cock, you have to press, so that means your mental health, I'm sorry, your mentality has already told you, okay, I want to do this, and on your mark says go.
When I heard that then she was shot, it was in the afternoon, broad daylight. Even if you are chasing a criminal,
No, that was not the case.
that was what I said. Even if you are chasing a criminal,
Okay.
this is a public space where everybody is walking up and down. Why would you shoot? Okay, you are targeting A. What if A ran away and B came like something that happened to this person now? Now we call you the security to watch over us, the people that we can actually run to when we are in trouble.
Sure.
But right now they are the one actually killing the citizen.
You know, police
In an
brutality.
evil way. Now, okay, if they had asked him, okay, why did you shoot? He would not. There is nothing to say.
Based on the interrogation he was into, I
He
think
was
till
on
the
drugs.
last minute, he didn't say anything.
There
He was just
nothing,
he was
just
pleading
shot.
the fifth.
So now that one is gone. If she was not somebody of timber and caliber like you said, that one will die and it will go like that. We won't hear anything. Nobody will do anything about it. But because of the kind of person she is, the nature of
reputation.
job and all that, they will work things out. But it's so sad that the person that is dead is dead.
It's quite a sad one, and I'm not going to be talking much because
Emotional.
it's so disheartening.
Sure.
I mean, we just need justice. Now, it is only Bolanle that has died as a result of police brutality.
Sure.
And we don't want other people to die. That's the motive behind NBA coming to say all of those things. So we want justice for these people that have died. Although, this is Nigeria. When you clamor for justice, you are just deceiving yourself. If necessary steps are being taken, if we have good people, or we have people of high positions that are ready to take things up, of course it can be done. So I just want them to, there should be justice for all these people that have died, and there should be no more killings. If any police officer kills anybody, let them kill him on the spot as well.
If they will not kill him on the gun away from them, they should. See,
the problem now is, if a police officer kills, or he shoots illegally, or he does any illegal act, and then they now dismiss him or suspend him, that's not it. Because it's going back into the society to become a criminal.
Yeah, to mobilize criminals.
Yes, I have something. I don't know how true it is. He said the man is remaining like 2 years for him to retire. The police officer.
I don't know.
That was I said he has been in service for like 30 something years. Now, going towards the end of finishing his service, and something like this happened.
I think there should be a rule for these police officers. When you do something, if you do this is a penalty for it. Don't send them back into the society to breed more criminals. I'm sure some gangs we have around, some criminal gangs we have around, is as a result of people that have been to the barracks, or people that have been into the police custody, or people that have been to prison, and they are out already. They just
so they are now hardened.
They are hardened. And the prison system is not even a system that
it's not a rehab.
It's not a rehab. It doesn't even correct criminals. It makes them more hardened. So if a police officer kills somebody illegally, of course, don't send that person back to the society.
I said this thing on the show some days last year.
killed
Exactly.
parents.
I actually said that we should go back to the death by firing squad.
Yeah, he who kill should be killed because
Even it's not even only we who
not
kills.
police officer.
There are some certain people too that should be killed. You know, firing squad.
I don't even want to start reminiscing about everything that surrounded Bolanle's death.
Yes.
Is it her pregnancy? Is it about the fact that she was shot beside her child, the husband, the sister?
The trauma.
The trauma, everything. The mom is still alive. A whole lot of
An
things
expectant mother.
surrounding her
So
death.
that is not. It's even like the police officer did not only kill Bolanle. The police officer killed
3 people.
Bolanle and 2 unborn
3 lives.
Nigerian future.
That's
People that would have become maybe a doctor and maybe a civil
or
engineer
even the president
of the country. So maybe all of this problem we are facing in Nigeria, maybe our police have already killed the Nigerian president. Maybe they've already killed the Jesus of our time, and we don't know. You see, I think police brutality is one thing that we can't clamor enough. This was what happened. This was the reason some certain people worked out October 2020. And they turned all of them to sacrifice, so to say. And it was a very sad experience. They were also clamoring for change. They were clamoring for restructuring of the Nigerian police first, the Nigerian security system, that okay, we don't want this brutality, we don't want this harassment, we don't want this uncultured attitude from those people. We want a good one, a rejuvenated one. And this happened again. You know, rounding off a year and this happened again. This is actually very sad. We've spoken about politics, we've spoken about education, we've moved to the security system. I just hope Nigeria gets better. In the meantime, make sure that you enjoy your festivity and don't you forget to bring my chicken. Yeah, bring our chicken to our studio, please, because we also need to enjoy from your hair. Exactly. And don't you forget to get your PVC, very, very important. And because we're already getting closer to the D-Day, the time to make